Hey, everybody, come on in and grab a seat. And welcome to my review of Married at First Sight, a season 16. And thinking about No Hope, we're going to run on and go on to the next couple, which is Clint and Gina. No hope, no hope, no hope, not going to work. In fact, got another little additional piece of information. She isn't attracted to him. We all over here are talking about how he wasn't going to be attracted to her because, he had all this other superficial stuff. When she walked down that aisle, another one, not attracted. You could see her look on her face that said she was not attracted to him or one bit. Now he said, he's attracted to her. He said he thought she was beautiful and curvy and all this. But once he finds out she's not attracted to him, he's gonna be like, well, you ain't that cute either. I know it. It's gonna be tit for tat because I saw her and she was not attracted to him when she saw him. And then on the after party, I watched the after party because I said she's on the after party. She confirmed it. She is not attracted to him. Zero chemistry. So another couple that where it's over in the first quarter, we don't even need to really see all the rest of the plays on the game because she's not attracted to him. Plus, we already know that he's an a-hole. So non-attraction with a-hole, horrible. At least over here with, Kirsten and Shaq, she's not attracted, but people think, oh, well, maybe his personality will, win her over. It won't. But at least there is something there. Here, you got two bad combinations. I'm not attracted to you off the beginning, and you got an a-hole personality. Please. But hey, here's the backstory on Clint and Gina. They are the ringer couple. They were set up by production. They were set up to be the ringer couple for this season. I always told you there's a ringer couple every season. Now I know for sure it's them because Gina was on the after party and she told us a story that Clint and Gina live in the same exact building. We think it was a coincidence? No. First of all, they take the addresses of these people when you have an application. So they knew from the beginning that Clint and Gina were from the same building. Now, any of y'all who've been Married at First Sight fans for a long time knows we've seen this storyline before of people who've met each other before, passed each other out in the streets, maybe even met each other, and they didn't like each other out on the street. Remember Johnny and Val? And then what this show likes to do is say, hey, let me pull a prank on you. And now the very person you rejected out in the streets, I'm going to marry you at the altar. This is what they did to Johnny and Val, if y'all remember that. Gina tells the story that she already knew that they were looking at somebody in her building. She said because in their home visits, they did her home visit first. And then the next day, she was walking her dog outside and she saw the same Married at First Sight van again with the man sitting in it with an earpiece. And then she saw the whole crew. And she said to them, what are you doing here again? Did you miss something? And they said, oh, well, they lied to her and said, oh, we just came here to get some additional footage of the apartment building on the outside. But Gina said, no, I'm smarter than that. Something else is going on. She said she went to the doorman or the person who works in the building and said, hey, why are they here? And the man told her, oh, they're here talking to a guy up on the whatever floor, some old man filming some old man. That's how she knew they were here doing another home visit with another person in her building. So they set her and Clint up. And now we realize she had seen Clint before. She had seen Clint before in the elevator or somewhere else. And guess what? She didn't like him then and she didn't like him now. And Married at First Sight producers knew it. They knew it. And they were trying to set her and Clint up to be the guinea pigs for this little shenanigans that they got going for this show. And they were the ringer couple because they already knew they probably met and they didn't like each other then. And now they put these two together in a marriage at the altar. Same thing they did to Johnny Bow because they want to see a train wreck. This is a setup 101. They're the ringer couple. They were set up. And then they went on the after party and they talked about the gift he gave her for the wedding. And the gift he gave her for the wedding, they didn't show it, but they asked about it. He gave her some sailing gloves. Sailing gloves, y'all. How selfish is that? How selfish is to buy your bride a present for something you want her to have? Something that benefits you. It's not a gift for her. It's like your husband buying you a washing machine so you can wash his clothes better. He bought this girl some sailing gloves for her wedding gift. She was fit to be tied. I'll go over it on the after party. You'll have to watch it. I'm gonna leave a link to the after party after this video. You'll be able to see it. But yeah, she was on the after party and she talked about it. She ain't married and she is not attracted to him one bit. And did y'all catch that part when he said that he had 60 sexual partners? He has said he has had 60 sexual partners out here in these Nashville and Florida streets because he's from Florida, y'all. And he has had 60 sexual partners. Ugh, that is nasty. Nasty. He should have never told us that because let me tell you, there is nothing about this man that is making me grow fonder of him one bit. He is not attractive. His personality is doo-doo. And now we find out he was a whore out here in these streets with 60 sexual partners. Why is he on the show? Why was he chosen? Now, I'm going to say this about Gina. Do you see when she laughs and talks? There was a part on this show where Gina put her head back and she laughed and we could see all her tonsils. I was like, good Lord, girl, how is it that you're able to open your mouth that wide? I was like, you could drive a Mack truck through her mouth. Her mouth was open so wide, literally. You could see her tonsils, y'all. I was just astonished by it. I was like, oh my God, what is that? And I noticed it on some of her pictures. When you look at any of her pictures, her smile is always like with her mouth open real wide. And then, she goes and she gets these lip injections and then she's got that nose clip. I told y'all last week, she needs to take out that nose clip. All this attention to this mouth area, it's too much. It's overwhelming her on the camera. I actually think she's a nice looking girl. I think she has very pretty skin. Her makeup looked really nice. I mean, one thing about these people this season, their makeup is starting to be flawless. I remember the earlier season, the makeup artists were horrible. But I'm sure Gina brought her own makeup artist. Her makeup looked good. But I'm going to tell you what I finally figured out what it is with Gina. It's too much concentration right around the mouth area for me. It's almost like that when I'm watching her on the screen, I'm looking at this mouth area. I'm looking at the nose ring. I'm looking at the lip injections. And I'm looking at how wide she opens her mouth. And I'm telling you, it's, I don't know, it's distracting me, y'all. This marriage ain't going to work, but I'm telling you, she needs to do a couple of things. Take that nose ring out and take that lip injection out. Because when you watch her, it's almost like all you see is the mouth area. And then I don't know, it's too much. I like her. Like I said, I like her personality, but she needs a few tips going on after this Married at First Sight. She needs to do those two things. But I thought that it was cute when she had the dog come down the aisle and bring the wedding rings. I thought that was really, really cute. I thought that was a cute moment. And she said on the after party, she drugged her dog. I didn't think that was cute because they were like, wow, your dog is so well behaved. How did he do that? And she said, oh, he has some over-the-counter medicine. And I was thinking, what? Did she drug the dog? Did she give the dog like something so he could be calm and walk down the aisle? I was like, oh, no, don't do that just so you could have him as a moment in the wedding. I didn't like that. I wouldn't drug my dog just so he could be in my wedding. If he was too hyper, he just wouldn't be in the wedding. I didn't like that idea. So Gina lost some points for me on that one. She lost some points on me for that one, tell y'all the truth. I don't know. I sure hope Gina ain't going to be superficial and pretentious too because too much, y'all. I'm really not liking some of these couples. I'm really not. I'm telling you, I'm having a hard time this season getting in that. The only one I think I'm going to be able to get into is Nicole and Chris over here. And I'm still in the camp with Eris and Jasmine, but we'll make it over there later. But I'm really struggling with these first two couples that came down the aisle today, which is Gina and Clint and Shaq and Kirsten. I'm having problems, y'all. I'm having problems. I'm struggling. But Clint's friends tell this interesting story that he's been wanting to be married for over 10 years. He isn't one of these guys that really wanted to wait till he was 40 to get married. He's been wanting to be married for a long time. So my thing is this, you're the man, you're the one that does the asking, you're the one that does the hunting. But I already know what Clint's problem is. Clint doesn't want to change anything about himself. He doesn't want to think about anyone's self. So he's been out here all these years looking for a woman to be 100% on his program and not give any consideration to her. And no woman is buying into that. He too has had heartbreak. He had heartbreak in Florida. I guess it was a real bad situation. He packed up his stuff and left Florida and came over here to Nashville thinking maybe he could find better luck. You're not going to find better luck if you're doing the same old thing. A lot of people do that. I'm going to move to another state. What difference that made if you're going to be the same old person? You taking the same old person over here. I don't know why people think a change in environments and changing where you live changes you. It doesn't change you. It may change the people you come in contact with, you interact with. But once you move to another state and you having the same old problems again, then you should know it's you. It wasn't the state. It wasn't the people in the state. It was you. So Clint needs to understand the problem is not the people, the women in the state he was in. The problem is him. He needs to do the change. After this Married at First Sight, he needs to dig deep and do some changing. But they had a good kiss on their wedding. He almost broke her back. But I still didn't like that suit. He looked like he was going, that suit that he looked like a door-to-door salesman in that suit. It did not look like a wedding suit. It looked like he was about to come knock on my door and try to sell me some solar panels, some solar energy. That's what he looked like. You know what? His friend's suits look more like a wedding suit than his. His groomsman suit looked more like something a groom should be wearing than him. His groom looked better than him. His suit was horrible. Looked like something you pick up at men's warehouse. It didn't look like no wedding tux or something you wear to a wedding. Horrible. You know, when they were sitting down there going to each other, what you do, he said he works for technology. I was trying to remember what he did. I didn't know. So maybe the thing about that, the way Clint gets women is because he's got a little money. He can drop a little coins on these women because he said he works with multi-million-dollar technology companies as a consultant. So he probably makes a big money. Nashville is a big tech city. It has become a big tech city over the years. So maybe he's down there working, making a lot of money. And the truth of the matter is, even though he said that he was attracted to her and he liked her curvy figure and all that when he said he met her, I don't even believe that. I don't actually believe that he was even attracted to her, to be honest with you. Because when I saw his face, he had a plastered on smile, like, to me, it didn't look genuine and not one bit. I didn't see any real attraction in his eyes. I think he just said that because he didn't want to put her down. To be honest, I don't think either one of these two are physically attracted to each other. I don't think that she is his type. I really don't. I don't think it 100 at all. I don't think he's her type and she's not his type. Once again, another marriage going nowhere. We're in the first quarter. We're in the beginnings of the game. And the game is already over. Over. Horrible, y'all. Horrible.